Hello everyone, and welcome back to Soccer Unboxing. So welcome finally to part 2 of my 4-month figure haul. In this video we will be discussing my October and November pre-orders, finally. So hopefully at this point, once I get this done, I will be caught up with my pre-orders for each month. So there's that. And before we get into this video, I want to give a big thank you for helping me reach 300 subscribers. I've reached another milestone and I'm very grateful for all of your time and patience with me and for watching my very long videos, which I'm hoping to improve with my video making in the future in terms of maybe shortening them a bit, so there's that. But if you guys really do enjoy my long videos, I am happy to oblige and keep it that way. But yeah, so also before we get into this video, I'm going to now do my 200 subscriber art raffle. I am a bit behind on it, so I will have all the rules in the description below, and in short, you basically put the character you want me to draw, whether it be an original character, an existing character, or a description of a character you would like me to design for you, and I will be doing a full body, simple background digital piece for you, which will also be a speed paint. And yeah, so I'm very excited for that. And the other thing you have to do in the description of your comment is comment what are your goals for 2023. That is the question that I will propose for this art raffle, and you don't have to be specific or anything. You can just be as brief as you want, and when you do those two things you will have an entry into this art raffle. So for the two previous winners, unfortunately you won't be eligible for this art raffle just to give other people a chance, but you will be eligible for when I do my 300 subscribers art raffle. So yes, so that's pretty much all of the rules, and the deadline will be at the end of 2 weeks, so I will be announcing that on my channel. And yeah, so best of luck to everyone who enters. And now, finally, without further ado, let us get started on this 2-month haul. So, starting off in October, I had 1 Nendoroid and 3 scale figures pre-ordered. So we're gonna start off with the Nendoroid, and this character is from probably one of my favorite video game series of all time. I really enjoyed it, and it is this very cool Nendoroid right here. So right here we have the Hades Zagreus Nendoroid, so Zagreus being from the game Hades by Supergiant Games, and I was of course very excited when they announced Nendoroids for this series because I really love this game, and you know, it's very cool to see like figures for these characters because they have very gorgeous character designs. I really love them. So yeah, it's a little glary, but there you go. So yeah, very nice box. I do like the sort of red to black transition with the little other red splotches on there. I guess it's supposed to be representing like little flame speckles, I guess. But yeah, he's very cute. I really love Zagreus' design, and I will pick him up right here. So here he is right here. I do kind of have him in like one of his poses in like the promotional art of Hades, and he is very cute, very well detailed for like his character design. I do like, of course, the crown he has, and the Cerberus heads on the side look very nice and detailed. And obviously the one striking feature of Zagreus is his eyes, the heterochromia, and the one with the black sclera and white sclera. So I'm very happy with this Nendoroid overall. Again, I think I mentioned this in my pre-orders video for 2022, my updated list, I think. I really wish they would have made a DX version with all of his weapons because we only have a few of them, which is kind of a shame. I would have basically bought the DX version because I thought that would have been very cool. I am still happy with what we have, but because I'm such a big fan of this series, I think I would have liked the full package for this character. So on Ami, where I got him from, he is 4,620 yen, which is $34.98, and I'd say for like all the detail and stuff, I feel like that's a pretty good price. So very happy to add him to my collection, and of course I am very excited for Thanatos and Megara when they come out. And now I will show off more of what Zagreus has in the B-roll. So overall, I'd say I'm pretty happy with the Zagreus Nendoroid, but again, I feel like the one thing that would have elevated this Nendoroid more to becoming one of my favorites is that if he came with a DX version. So again, all of his weapons would have been very cool to have, and maybe an extra faceplate as well. He only comes with 2 faceplates, which are the standard sort of looking forward smiling one, and then one where he's looking off to the side. And yeah, so that's also going to happen with Thanatos and Megara, unfortunately. I do wish they came with 1 extra faceplate, at least maybe like a sort of battle facial expression would have been cool. And yeah, so he also comes with his 2 weapons, only 2 of them, so the sword and the shield. And I have him kind of equipped with them both at the same time, but you can't really do that in game, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to have. And he also comes with the nectar or ambrosia. It's a very nice little small translucent bottle overall. I do like that one. And yeah, but overall I'm quite happy with the Zagreus Nendoroid. The only little paint defect I had was a little bit of red on his hand, the one that holds the ambrosia bottle, and I managed to get that off easily with some 100% acetone. Again, I only really recommend using that on the skin, where it's not touching any other painted parts, because you'll probably wipe the paint off of that, but yes. Fantastic Nendoroid overall. I really do like him at the end of the day, and I'm excited to get the other Hades Nendoroids. So now we're moving on to the first of the 3 scales I have, and this one is of an original character whose design I fell in love with when I saw the pictures, and it is this lovely lady right here. So right here we have the Tomari original Marinoa Trulis 1/7 complete figure by Wing. So this is actually my first figure of them, and very cute character design, and I really love this box. I love the diner aesthetic to it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'll quickly zoom in right here, but you do get a little bit snippet of the original artwork on here, which unfortunately is very small. I do wish that they did like a bigger on the side, or maybe even like a separate postcard, because I do like those little additions when it comes to figures, seeing that original artwork and how it translated into the figure. So yes, it's, I don't know, I just really love the aesthetic of this box. And the top, yeah, bottom is pretty much nothing, but it's still nice. I really do love this box. It's very nice. There's a nice sort of like texture to it that I like, so yes, the box gets a 10 out of 10 from me with aesthetic. I really do love this box overall. And then we will pick up the figure herself. So yes, right here we have the lovely Marinoa Trulis herself. Very nice overall look to her. I really love her pose, how she's sort of leaning back on this chair with the rollerblades like you see the people at Sonic always wear, which I think is very cute. And I don't really notice any paint defects on her. Like, the food looks good, nothing wrong with that, and yeah. So the only points of attachment you have are the chair, her foot to the peg, and the platter of food to her hand. And you know what, overall I'm very happy with her. I do like the sort of translucent effect parts for her outfit, and it's just very well clean, and her face looks very cute. I will admit that I feel like there's some things that could improve with this figure. There is of course some shading in some areas like on the food, but for her herself I would have liked a little bit more shading on the hair to sort of make it have a little bit more depth to it, because it does feel not noticeable, or it's just very like not prominent, which I would like. And also like her skin, I'd say as well a little bit. I feel like she could have used maybe a little bit more blush, because she does look very pale, to me at least, on here. So there's that. And yeah, but she's so cute overall. I really do love this character's design, and the sculpt is absolutely beautiful. Like even on the hair with like her braids, and the sculpt is fantastic. So yes, on Ami Ami, I'll also point out the price. She was 18,700 yen, so there was no discount on this figure, by the way, and that resulted in a price tag of $141.58. So I'd say, you know, not too bad for the price overall. I mean, with figures nowadays, I feel like it's not too bad, but yes, she's absolutely gorgeous. I love her very much, and yeah, I'm very excited to just have her in my collection. So now moving on to the next figure. It is a re-release of a, at the time, expensive figure in the aftermarket, and I'm very grateful that she got a re-release, and it is this lovely figure right here. So right here we have the Hatsune Miku Trigger Miku illustration by Hidari, complete figure by Union Creative. So also my first Union Creative figure, and I do really love this box with the whole Halloween aesthetic. And you know, I'm glad it released on time in October of 2022. So yes, very gorgeous. And on the side we have this very nice illustration of the Trigger Miku by Hidari, so very nice. The top has this nice little bat window, which is cute, and then the bottom with all these little sweets and pumpkins and bones and all that, so Halloweeny. And yeah, so overall, another lovely box. I do like the whole vibe to it, and yes, and now I will show you the figure herself. So here it is, of course, the gorgeous Trigger Miku. I have to say, you know, looking at her up close, I feel like she's gorgeous overall. Really love the design overall, and I feel like Union Creative did a pretty nice job of translating it from illustration to figure. Very clean in areas, which I do like. Her eyes are painted beautifully, and just the flow of everything in her outfit is fantastic. I will admit though that in some areas, specifically it's mostly her pants and even a little bit on her shirt, there is a little bit of a paint mishap on here, which is like the orange on the stripes of her pants kind of got onto the brown of her pants, and a little bit of brown on the orange bottom parts of her pants, and there's a little brown spot on the white part of her outfit. But thankfully with how you're going to be posing her, which is hopefully like this, you won't really see those mishaps. So yeah, overall, you know, I'm quite happy with this one. And I guess my major thing that, you know, if I were to buy this figure back when it first came out in October of 2017, so a very long time ago that this figure released, the base I wish was way different, because I feel like it's a little bit boring. Like I do like the additions of like the little stars and mushrooms and candy, but look, I feel like I go over the top when I think of what I'd like to see in a figure base, and I would have liked to see her floating over a like mountain, or at least like a bit like more scattered pile of candies and mushrooms and stars. I thought that would have been cool, but unfortunately we got this sort of glossy sandy base and she's just floating over a little bit of them. So if this figure, you know, if I were to get this back then when she first came out, that's the one big thing I would have liked to be changed, the base. But I feel like the Miku is obviously the star of the show, so I'm not too bothered by it. It's just obviously because, you know, I like thinking of designs and concepts for things that I think that would have been very cool. So going into pricing, this Miku in 2022 on AmiAmi has a slight discount, so it's 18,200 yen on there, which is $137.79, which again, I'd say isn't too bad, and she is quite small actually. This is the one time I feel like the figure was a lot smaller than I thought, so there was that. And back in 2017, she was 13,200 yen off AmiAmi, so $99.94. So yes, inflation kind of sucks, and you know, I feel like still the price for her isn't too bad. Hopefully, if you guys do pick her up once, you know, once she did release, that you guys can find her hopefully at a decent price. I hope it didn't skyrocket like it did back in 2017, but yes. Overall, very adorable design. I really love this Miku overall, and yeah, just very excited to add her to my collection. Now we're moving on to the final figure of October, and I have to say this one might be my favorite for the month, because as I was unboxing her, I fell in love with her design, and she just had such a very serene and gorgeous presence to her, and it is this figure right here. And right here we have the Enjo Genmu Tan Daiyu illustration by Tony Sakuratama, the DX version 1/6 figure by SkyTube. So yes, I got pretty much the expensive one of the bunch, and I really do love this box overall. The pinks and the blues look very nice, and you know, she has all the butterfly details on here with, of course, the gorgeous original illustration. And yeah, just this design of this box is very nice and elegant, and the top right here with the butterfly windows as well as the illustrator's name on there. If I can get it there, yep. So yes, another gorgeous box. I feel like the boxes for October have been very nice, and yeah, so very gorgeous. It's pretty big because she is 1/6, and as well as also the accessories she comes with. So yes, I will now pick her up right now. But before I get into that, I keep forgetting that this figure came with some nice little goodies. So I feel like with pretty much all of these SkyTube figures, which is nice, is that they come with the original illustration of the character. So I feel like that's very nice. I do like collecting the original artwork, and it was so unexpected that this came with like both of the poses you can display this character at, as well as her different facial expressions that she has. So yeah, I was very excited. So yes, very gorgeous cards overall. I'm very excited to add them to my collection of postcards. And now the last item I have right here actually came with the Ami exclusive edition, and it is the character acrylic plate. So this is my first acrylic plate that I have. I still have it in the packaging because I just don't feel like I want to display this at the moment because it'll take up room. But yeah, very nice of course, the original illustration. She looks very nice on this plate, and yeah, in the B-roll, I'll probably show it with it out of the packaging, but yeah, pretty gorgeous overall. I do like this bonus. So now, after all that, we can finally talk about the gorgeous figure here. So yes, right here we have the lovely Dayu, and I am in love with her so much. She just has such a presence to her with her outfit. I love how glittery it looks. I shouldn't say glitter. It has like a shimmer to it is the best way to describe it, and the butterfly details on it are so good, and I'm very glad I went with this version. There's also the black and blue version, which, to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of. I don't know, maybe it's just because I like the pink a little bit more, and I just feel like maybe it was like, you know, it just wasn't like the type of color scheme I like. But I am so happy that they re-released her with the pink and white color scheme, the pink, purple, and white, I should say, color scheme. And yeah, absolutely gorgeous. All of the details are printed very beautifully. I really don't notice a single like paint defect or flaw on her. Like, SkyTube just does such a fantastic job with their figures in terms of quality and just like scale, and she is no exception. So she does come with a whole bunch of interchangeable parts, and I have her just displayed as she is right now with the musical instrument, but she does of course come with the fans that she has and an alternate faceplate. And of course, because she is cast off, you can of course display her without anything if you'd like to. And you know, I like how with these ones there's like a whole bunch of options you have, so you can display her in a variety of ways, but I like having the full package pretty much of her on there. And she is part of a series of what I like to call musical instrument girls by Tony, which I may or may not have in my collection, so I might review them in the future because she kind of goes with them. But they're very gorgeous overall, and they do have different color schemes, except one of them which recently released, I believe in July. So I'm interested to see the alternate color for that one, but they look gorgeous overall altogether, and I'm interested to see if Tony does any more girls from the series, or it's just the 5 that are currently out right now. But yeah, she's absolutely a gorgeous figure. I highly recommend picking her up. And quickly going into price, so on Ami, because I got the DX version, she is 19,580 yen, so there's no discount, which is $148.24. So yes, this comes with obviously the cast off parts and the acrylic plate. So I feel like for that price, it's not too bad. You're getting a gorgeously quality figure by SkyTube with a lot of different interchangeable parts, and if you like collecting like the original art, you have the postcards and the acrylic plate as well. So yes, I just really recommend picking her up if you are interested in this character design, because in person she looks so gorgeous overall. So yes, definitely my favorite figure from the month of October. So hello everyone, this is Editing Sakura here, and I kind of noticed a mistake when I was assembling the figure for the B-roll with showing the different parts that she comes with, and I realized with the hand that holds the neck of the instrument, it actually has a tiny hole in it, which I didn't see the first time I took this figure out of the box and assembled it. So basically on the neck of the guitar there's this little brown rod that sticks out, and that is where it slots into the hole in her hand. So basically, yeah, the way she looks, I'll show obviously a side-by-side comparison of the incorrect versus the correct way you're supposed to have this figure. shown with the musical instrument in hand. And yeah, so I just wanted to point that out if you guys get this figure. And yeah, just follow the instructions. I think I just missed it or something, but you know, even the way I had it before, it fits in her hand properly, but now I have it displayed with her with the way it's supposed to be displayed. So yeah, just a heads up if you guys get this figure in the future. So now we are moving on to November, and unfortunately, 2 of these scale figures that were supposed to be released this month got pushed to December. So unfortunately, all I have for this month is Nendoroids. So welcome everyone to Nendoroid November. And oh boy, there's a whole bunch of little tiny figures to talk about. But before I get into those, there are 2 items that are actually not figures that I managed to pick up. One of them is a manga limited edition and the other is actually an acrylic stand. So we'll start off with the acrylic stand right here. So yes, I have this packaged because I underestimated how big this was gonna be. So this is the anime, the Master of Diabolism 4th anniversary acrylic diorama stand with the 2 main characters on it. I'm not gonna butcher their names, but I did not think it would be this big of an acrylic stand. I'll do some B-roll where I display it, and like, my god, you guys can't see it, but it's humongous, and I underestimated the size of this. So on here, it's gonna probably be measured in millimeters, yeah, but I think it should be like about a foot or so. Where's my ruler? So I kind of just quickly measured it, about roughly what it is. So this is 9 inches tall, so it's a very big acrylic stand. I did not expect it to be this big, but considering the amount of detail in this illustration, like, it has to be this big. So this is by the manufacturer Namanshi, I believe. I don't know how you pronounce that. And this was 1,660 yen, so $12.57. So for this size, I feel like that's a pretty good deal. Like, because obviously there's some like acrylic standees that go for way more. I did see, I believe, from Bochi the Rock, there was like this one of her, and it was like $50. I'm like, how big is this acrylic stand? So yeah, but I'm overall happy with this one. The artwork looks gorgeous and clean from what I'm looking at right now, and the B-roll, you know, I'll see it a little bit better, but very gorgeous. I really have to watch this anime because long-haired boys, of course. So yes, very excited to have picked this up at the end of the day. So now we're moving on to the manga limited edition that I have. If you don't want to be spoiled for this manga, I recommend you skipping this section. So it is for the manga series Land of the Lustrous, or Hoseki no Kuni as it's known in Japan. One of my favorite manga series of all time. Gorgeous character designs, character development, and the world itself is beautiful. So this is going to be going over the most recent volume with its limited edition, which is volume 12. So if you were planning on reading or watching Hoseki no Kuni, I would recommend skipping this section to avoid spoilers. So this is your final warning, and now we'll be getting into the manga itself. So yes, right here, it's a little bit reflective. We have the 12th volume of Hoseki no Kuni in Japanese, and very haunting overall because we have Foss in their divine form, as the community quotes it as, and yeah, it's very gorgeous. I love this cover for how like hauntingly lonely it is, because Foss is just on their own. If you've read Hoseki no Kuni and you've caught up to it, you know why this is very like a big thing in this series. And I do have actually all the Japanese volumes of this series because I do like the holographic sort of covers they have to them. Limited editions of these have this sort of shimmery sort of cover to them. And yeah, am I a fool for collecting the Japanese versions? Maybe, but there is some cool like little like extended art, and they're pretty inexpensive, so that's why I picked them up. And yes, very gorgeous overall. And now we'll be getting to the limited edition bonus that came with this item. So I did take it out of its packaging, because this is like a sort of cardboard covering for it, but this is the bonus, which is called The Party at the End. So it's a limited edition book that talks about the gems on the moon. So I'll give a brief description of someone who sort of translated it in a way to give you guys an idea of what it's about. So Foss, our main character, is not mentioned at all, and this book is structured with short interviews with many of the gems before their last party on the moon. They're asked about their hobbies, what they're doing at the moment, personal life, and if they are going to said party. So, if you guys don't know, again, big spoilers, but the gems have been converted into Lunarians, and they're basically just living their lives out on the moon before the time comes when Foss has reached their divine form and has the ability to pray them all away into nothingness. So, oh my god, that gives me goosebumps just talking about it. I love this series so much. But yeah, so basically the gems are just living their lives out. You know, they have to wait a very long time for this, so they'll, you know, enjoy while they can before their lives come to an end. Here's actually the book itself right here, this sort of like translucent little cover. And I'll do some, of course, B-roll going through it, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It has a lot of illustrations, of course, by Haruko Ichikawa in black and white, as well as, you know, the descriptions of what each of the gems are doing with their lives on the moon. So, yeah, very gorgeous overall. So, on AmiAmi, unfortunately you can't pick this up anymore. It was 3,300 yen, which is $24.98, which is a pretty good deal. If you're trying to collect like limited edition stuff like this, I'd recommend just pre-ordering enough of AmiAmi or CD Japan, which I actually got some other like items off of, like the Witch Hat Atelier Volume 11 Special Edition. So yes, because people are going to scalp this, and unfortunately, you know, that's what I had to deal with on a few occasions when I was getting the other Hoseki no Kuni limited edition stuff. But yes, I was very glad to pick this up at a reasonable price, and it is absolutely gorgeous and fantastic overall. So yes, read Hoseki no Kuni, it's fantastic. It does release monthly though, and sometimes there are hiatuses, so be warned about that. But yes, gorgeous, gorgeous series overall. So now before we get into that, I actually have these little extra Nendoroid parts that I forgot that I had, and I haven't unboxed them, but I thought I might as well just show them off right here. So yes, right here we have these Nendoroid doll customizable heads. We have the almond milk and the cream. So yes, I picked these up. I haven't unboxed them yet because just in case in the future if I want to customize these I can. But for the most part I wanted it for like the backing of the head where the hair goes, as well as the front part that comes off where the bangs are usually located on a figure for Nendoroids. And yeah, so basically I make molds of those, I cast them in like resin, and you know, that pretty much gives me the backing. And unfortunately I do have to like sort of carve some stuff out to make the faceplates fit in sometimes. And in terms of faceplates, I might customize these blank ones here, but I tend to get them off of Chibi Chop Shop, which is a store here in the United States that sells Nendoroid parts separately. So if you want to get certain faceplates to customize a Nendoroid, you can do that. And yeah, I have actually one Nendoroid doll that I've customized so far, and yeah, I just want to, of course, get these extra little pieces right here to, you know, have them in the future, because these can be actually hard to come by and all that, and, you know, they go for expensive. And I'm also hoping for re-releases of the actual bodies themselves, because those can be hard to come by, or it can be very expensive depending on who sells them, who scalps them, so that's unfortunate. And of course, quick thing, of course, I'd like to do Nendoroid dolls of my husbandos, but as you can see, some of their designs are gonna take a lot of time. So yes, those are just some like projects, artsy, craftsy projects I have in the future, and that's why I picked those two heads up. So the last one I have here is one of the newer sort of Nendoroid faceplates, and right here we have the Nendoroid doll customizable faceplate 00, the almond milk color specifically I have. And basically the eyes are hollowed out, and Good Smile actually sells these like separate little eyes that you can like put in, and they come in different colors, which I think is pretty neat that you can customize them that way. I'm not sure how I'm gonna work around this too much. I just picked it up because maybe if I have an idea in the future I could use it. So yes, this was 680 yen off of AmiAmi, so $5.15. So yes, not too bad. And these do actually come with sort of already like pre-painted stuff on them, but I just got the blank one. So yes, not sure what I'm gonna do with this little item right here in the future, but hopefully I can come with an idea of some sorts. So now we are moving on to the Nendoroids of the month, which is the only thing again I have, unfortunately. So I have 5 Nendoroids total to go over. So I'll start off with these two right here because they are from the same series and they are both re-releases, so it is these two Nendoroids right here. So yes, right here we have the re-releases of the Denji and the Power Nendoroids from Chainsaw Man. So unfortunately I missed the pre-order window on AmiAmi, so I had to go to Solaris Japan. And quickly on there, Denji was $54.42 and Power was $52.93. And shipping was 45 USD, so I paid a total of $155.38 for these. So yeah, I overpaid. Unfortunately, that was like the only spot I got them at, so we're gonna start off here with Denji's box, the bigger of the two, because he does of course have his chainsaw head part. And I do like the glossy, like, splattery details on this box. I think it's very cool overall. Yeah, and just everything that is included with this Denji Nendoroid is fantastic for me. So yes, that is the Denji box. I really do love it overall. Now, right here we have Power's box. So Power is probably one of my top, like, characters in Chainsaw Man. I really like her personality and just her ability for manipulating blood. So yes, very cute. I love the pink and this like aqua green color, the very nice contrast overall for this box. So yes, very excited to talk about these two, and I'll pick them up right now. So kind of holding these guys up, hopefully Denji doesn't fall out, but yes. We have, of course, Power right here. I just have her with her hammer and one sword. And then we have, of course, I feel like I have to display Denji in his like Chainsaw Man form, which looks absolutely fantastic. I do like this pose that I put him in. So yes, I really do love these Nendoroids. I want to display my Chainsaw Man Nendoroids in sort of action-y poses, and I feel like I'm quite happy for the most part with Denji, especially the way I posed him. I don't know, I'm quite happy about that. Power, I might have to adjust her pose a little bit. It just seems like, you know, she's holding weapons, but it doesn't feel like action enough. So yes, they're both very good. I would recommend picking them up if you're a Chainsaw Man fan. And yeah, I would like to collect the Nendoroids from this series because I do really like a good chunk of the characters, so it'd be kind of cool just to get them in Nendoroid form. A mostly inexpensive, you know, buy if you want to collect characters from this series. So yes, very excited for them, and now I will show these guys off a little bit more in the B-roll. So, starting off with Power's Nendoroid, she's very cute overall. I guess the one thing I wish she maybe would have had was more different weapons, because we also have, of course, the Blood Hammer, the Blood Scythe, and the Blood Spears, I believe she also has. I really wish that there would have been maybe more like different types of weapons that she could have had that came with this Nendoroid. I'm still happy with what we have, but I thought that would have been cool. I do like her horns, they're glossy, and the gradient looks very nice, and she overall looks super duper cute. Again, Power is probably one of my favorite Chainsaw Man characters. I just really love her rambunctious personality and how confident she is. Like, yes, she can be overconfident, but having confidence is better than just being, like, afraid, I believe. Like, I wish I could be that confident like her. And yeah, so she's super duper cute. I am interested to see if Good Smile does any more Nendoroid, more faceplates for the Chainsaw Man line of Nendoroids. I think that would be very cool, because again, Chainsaw Man has very different like expressions. They're so wacky, they're so memorable, I feel, and I think that would be kind of cool in the future to get more faceplates for these Nendoroids. Of course, she also has to come with Meowie. We cannot forget Meowie at the end of the day. So cute. Tiny little cat right here. And yeah, so I'm very happy to have Power again in my collection, and just to have her and Denji as sort of the start to my Chainsaw Man line of Nendoroids. Again, because I really love all the characters in the series that, you know, I wouldn't mind collecting them in Nendoroid form, and hopefully, I think at one point these two were quite expensive, so I'm glad I picked them up. Wish maybe I would have gotten them off of AmiAmi for a better price, but again, I missed that pre-order window, so yeah. But I'm happy at the end of the day to have them both. And now we're moving on to the Denji Nendoroid, who I think is fantastic overall. The Chainsaw Man head and arm pieces are definitely a highlight for this Nendoroid. Very cool and wild. I really do like that, how glossy and shiny the Chainsaw Man head looks, and the little extra blood accessory that comes that you can put at the end of the chainsaw looks awesome. I do admit though, I struggled a little bit at the beginning to put the Chainsaw Man head into the socket. It was a little bit scary. I thought I was gonna break it at one point, but yeah, it's basically like, think like two neck pegs on top of each other, that's how it is. And yeah, so just take your time with it and you'll be fine. But besides the Chainsaw Man head, I do like Denji's standard head and his expressions. He of course even comes with Pochita. We cannot leave out Pochita, so that's very cute. And I do like, obviously, the cool one of Denji's two standard facial expressions are definitely the one where his tongue is sticking out, his sharp teeth are showing, and he's pulling on the cord to turn into Chainsaw Man. So yes, Denji is a very cool Nendoroid overall. At the end of the day, I feel like, of course, the Chainsaw Man head is definitely a highlight, but I feel like also Denji's standard expressions definitely suit him quite well. And yeah, so I don't know what else I can say about Denji. It's a very cool Nendoroid overall. I think he was definitely quite expensive in the aftermarket at one point because, again, Chainsaw Man is just super popular. And yeah, I just think, I don't know, he's wonderful overall. I'm very happy with the action poses I can put him in. It's very cool at any angle. And yeah, I'm just very excited to again have him and Power for the start of my Chainsaw Man Nendoroid collection, and I'm also excited to get Aki in the future, to have them, the trio, sort of displayed together. And yeah, so I'm excited to see what other Chainsaw Man Nendoroids come out in the future. I would also love an Angel Nendoroid. Angel is also one of my favorites. He's very handsome. Oh my god. And yeah, just a quiet character, but I also just really enjoy Angel as well. Not sure what other Kishibe. I guess we can get Kishibe in the future. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, there's just so many awesome Chainsaw Man characters that I'm excited to see in Nendoroid form in the future. And as a sort of last sort of part to this section, I have them both displayed together back to back, which I think looks awesome overall. I do want to display again my Chainsaw Man Nendoroids in action-y poses to the best of my ability. So yes, very happy to have these two overall for the collection. So now we are moving on to the Nendoroids that I've gotten off of Ami Ami. And we're going to start off with the one that I honestly think I'm going to be selling because I'm just overall quite underwhelmed with him, and I just rather not have him in my collection, and it is this one right here. And I'm sorry this is going to be a hot take, but I feel like I have to just be honest about my feelings for this Nendoroid. So here we have the Spy X Family Lloyd Forger Nendoroid, and honestly I'm very underwhelmed overall with him. I'm so sorry to people who really like this Nendoroid, but I don't know, more could have been done with this guy. And heck, even with Anya and their Nendoroids, which is a shame. And I feel like, unfortunately, it's just because Good Smile wanted to get these guys out because the hype of Spy X Family, the anime, and it's just a shame, because I feel like they could have been so much better than what they are, in my opinion at least. I'm sorry for those who really like these Nendoroids, but my mind has changed. So yes, I am contemplating, and most likely will be selling him so I can get my money back. And heck, even the Anya and the Yor Nendoroids, I don't even think I'll unbox them. I'll have to see, because I would like to, obviously, if I do sell them, I like to keep them in the box, and unless the person I am selling them to doesn't mind me unboxing them for a review. But yeah, so I'm just, again, I'm underwhelmed. I'm upset. I wish there was more time and thought put into these guys, which is unfortunate. So yes, so the Lloyd on Ami Ami is 5,460 yen, which is $41.36, and somehow more expensive than the Zagreus Nendoroid I talked about, which has, I feel like, a little more to him, and it sucks. It really sucks. So yes, and so I'm gonna pick him up right now, and I don't know, I really couldn't come up with a good pose for him. So yes, here is Lloyd right here. I just kind of have him pointing the gun, and that's about it. So yeah, overall, he's not too bad. I just feel like I could live without this Nendoroid and get my money back. And I will say, of course, his suit is very well clean. I really do like it. It's very, nicely detailed. But yeah, I at the end of the day, I just feel like I could live without this guy, because I feel like the SH figure arts just look a little bit more appealing to me, and they come with so many like different facial expressions. It's like and it just feels like so much like nicer. I don't know. There's more like options I have with the SH figure arts compared to this Nendoroid, so that's why I'll be selling him with Anya and Gore most likely, so someone can get like the whole family together. And yeah, so I'll show off more of what he has in the B-roll. So I definitely talked a lot of shit about this Nendoroid, but I will give him credit. I do like his facial expressions, and I like how varied they are. And I guess one pose you can put him in is the smiling facial expression with him just pointing the gun. I feel like that would be pretty funny. And the other issue I had with him was the bangs, the ones where his bangs are down. It, for some reason, doesn't seem to want to go all the way into the head. It literally has like a gap in it, which I'm not sure if it's just a defect on mine, but yeah, it's not pleasant. So if you want to display him with his hair down, that might be an issue if you don't like seam lines or anything. And yeah, so basically I have Your paid for, and I have to wait till the end of January or so for Anya to be paid for. And once I get them in, I will be making an announcement saying that I'm going to be selling all three of them. And I would like to sell all three of them together, and if I do, I'll probably discount them a bit. I want to sell each of them for around 50 USD each, which for some people might be a little bit steep, but I just want to make some of my money back at the end of the day. So yes, if I do sell all three of them together, there will be a discount for that, and yeah, I will... I'm so sorry to Lloyd, but I'm just not happy overall with this Nendoroid. Again, I wish more thought was put into him and all that, so yes, gonna be selling him. So this is my first Nendoroid that I'm gonna be selling. So now we're moving on to this next Nendoroid right here, and it's from a pretty feel-good series that I quite enjoyed, and it is this one right here. So yes, right here we have the Yoshikazu Miyano Nendoroid from Sasaki to Miyano, or Sasaki and Miyano as it's known in English, and I don't know, this anime I really enjoyed. And I watched it dubbed, so I mean, don't at me, I just enjoyed the clips of the dub I saw online. The voice actors seemed like they were having fun, and I don't know, I just had an overall good time with it, and I believe a second season was announced, so I am obviously quite excited for that. I just really enjoyed this overall. And unfortunately, these guys don't have like scale figures. I believe these are the only two figures of them at the moment, so I just decided to pick them up on a whim. And going into the price for the Miyano Nendoroid, so the Miyano Nendoroid with a little bit of a discount on Ami cost 4,950 yen, which is $37.50. So yeah, and even though he doesn't come with a lot, I feel like I'm not as underwhelmed with him as the Lloyd Nendoroid. Is that kind of a stupid thing to say? And I guess it's mostly because of like the genre he's from, so it's like a slice, it's a BL, a little bit, slice of life anime, so I feel like, I feel like what else could I do with accessories for this guy, so I feel fine with what he has overall. I feel like he could have been a little like less expensive than he is, but I'm overall perfectly fine with him. And this is actually made by Orange Rouge, so not like Good Smile or anything. And I feel like Orange Rouge does a very good job with their figures overall, so I'll pick him up right now to show you. Here is cute little, I guess if you guys can see, Miyano right here. I'm not keeping him in this pose because I actually have him posed with another character, so this is just temporary at the moment, or just to show you guys right now for the B-roll and such. So yes, I think he's very cute overall. I think Orange Rouge did a fantastic job overall, and I do like, the shading. He's got some nice shading on his head, and his sweater looks so cute. I don't know, I really like this sort of sweater he wears, and yeah, overall, I feel happy with him. Maybe you guys can, if you guys want this Nendoroid, you can find him probably at a lower price than what I got him for. Again, I'm maybe a little bit of a clown for pre-ordering Nendoroids, when in the aftermarket they could be, the price could drop, so... But yes, Orange Rouge, fantastic job, and I'll show you guys more of him in the B-roll. So here we have Miyano's Nendoroid, and For how simple he is, I think he's very cute overall. I do like how Orange Rouge colored his hair. You can definitely see some of those navy blues and blacks in there, which I think is pretty nice. It gives the hair more color variation, which is always nice to see. And I feel like I don't see that a lot in some Nendoroids that I have, so that's very much appreciated. And his eyes are very well detailed and cute, and I do like the facial expressions he has overall. And I do have Sasaki at this point in time, and I do think they look so cute together. These are the only two figures of these characters. They don't have like a sort of prize figure or a scale figure or anything, so I'm just pretty happy with these two overall in Nendoroid form. And I guess I wish maybe Miana had a little bit more cooler accessories. I know he does wear headphones from time to time. I thought that would have been a pretty cool accessory. And yeah, but even with that, I'm still pretty happy with him. I'm quite excited for that second season of the anime. And yeah, so overall, I'd recommend picking him up, but I definitely recommend getting him at a discount or at a lower price, because he really doesn't have any exciting accessories to him, and he's pretty simple. But I feel like Orange Rouge, again, they did a fantastic job. They're pretty hit with their figures, so yes. If you really love this anime, I'd recommend picking up him at the moment. So now we're moving on to the last Nendoroid I have, a very cute one overall that I quite like the character design for. That's why I picked her up, and it is this Nendoroid right here. So yes, right here we have the Nendoroid V Shoujo Natasha Nyanners figure. So yes, a VTuber figure whose design I felt like it was just, I don't know, I fell in love with the design. Very cute cat girl. And this box is also very nice. It's hard to see on my camera, but there are some like little lines on here, like little like darker pink lines. But yeah, so cute. I really do love this character's design, as well as some other like VTubers. And I guess I kind of wanted to pick her up also because I was scared that maybe the price for this one would skyrocket, because if you guys know Hololive, their Nendoroids, they tend to like skyrocket once they release, and it can be a little crazy. But I don't know how it is for V Shoujo specifically, so maybe I could have waited for her and she wouldn't have skyrocketed in the aftermarket. But yeah, so going to Ami Ami with a little bit of a discount, she is 5,790 yen, which is $43.86. So yeah, not too bad considering like this character's design. I really do love the little cat stockings, like the black and the white. I really like that on a character, so yeah, she's very cute and I love her faceplate. So yes, I will now pick up this cute little Nendoroid right here. So yes, I have her right here. I think she's super cute and very well done overall. I do have her with the heart eyes faceplate because that's what drew me into her. She tempted me with those very adorable eyes. And yeah, overall, very cute character design. I am kind of aware that these like characters, they do have like a wardrobe change every once in a while. I'm perfectly fine though with this sort of comfy like look to her overall. So yes, she comes with a whole bunch of different accessories that, reference, I guess, like some stuff on like her channel, which I'm not 100% sure about, but I got this for the design, okay? When I see a very cute character design, I pick up. Within budget, of course, so yes. Excited to show you all of her very cute accessories and faceplates in the B-roll. So here we have the adorable Natasha Nyanners Nendoroid, and I think this is such a very cute design overall. She just feels overall very comfy with the clothing that she has, and I do overall like the accessories that she comes with. Unfortunately, I don't know the references for these accessories, but I think they're very cool overall, and I definitely really like her facial expressions. Again, they're all very cute, very varied, and yeah, I definitely love that heart's eyes faceplate, but I was also tempted to display her with the sword, and she's like doing a peace sign, and the smug expression. I just think that's hilarious to me for some reason. It's very cute as well. And yeah, very overall clean Nendoroid as well. I didn't notice really a lot of paint defects, and again, I just feel like this Nendoroid is overall very well done. I'm quite excited to get some like other VTuber Nendoroids because, again, I really do like the character designs for some of them. Obviously, I'm not going to collect all of them. I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I'll collect some that I really like the design for, like Iron Mouse and Ayame Nakiri, I believe her name is. And yeah, so again, very cute. I don't know if I'll ever watch VTubers, but I can appreciate the character designs for all of them at the end of the day. So I actually have one more Nendoroid that I completely forgot about because I got it off of the Good Smile US website, and that is the Hatsune Miku 15th anniversary version by Good Smile, the very adorable Strawberry Miku Nendoroid, who is very cute. And unfortunately, I did get her off of the Good Smile US store. So this was actually a SmileFest 2022 item that you can get at Good Smile's booth over there. And there was advanced sales, and on the international website at least, they went very quick. And yeah, unfortunately, I didn't know about the whole US versus international thing price-wise at the time, and I paid it off of the US, and yeah, so I did the advanced sale, of course, and there's also the standard pre-orders. So this Nendoroid will once again release in February of 2023. So yeah, there's that. But I managed to get the advanced sale, and she was originally supposed to come out in December for at least the US website, but managed to get her a month in early. So going into pricing, on the US website, she was $85.99. with $8.18 tax, and the shipping was $8.87, so it came out to a total of $103.04. So a very expensive Nendoroid. I'm not sure it's because she's like a sort of limited exclusive thing, which sucks, but I really do love this design overall, and I feel like with these limited Mikus, they do go up in the aftermarket. Like, I believe I've seen the Maneki Miku Nendoroid go up, so I'm glad I picked her up when I could. So yes, I apologize if this is voiceover because I completely forgot about this Nendoroid, and I'll show some b-roll of the box, which is absolutely gorgeous. The box itself has all these strawberry details and the gold embellishments on it, and it's just probably one of my new favorite Nendoroid boxes. It's very elaborate. I definitely don't want to damage this box because it looks so nice. And what's nice is if you open it up, you do get the original artwork in it, which I did not expect. It's so good and gorgeous, and because I got it off of the US website, it also came with an acrylic stand of the original artwork. Now, unlike the Master of Diabolism one, this little acrylic stand is quite small. I do wish maybe it was a little bit bigger to show off the artwork more with all the details. And yeah, so, I'm happy I got that bonus, but I do wish I did know about the $18 shipping on the international website, so I probably could have paid a little bit more, a little bit less for this Nendoroid, but, I'm overall quite happy that I picked her up. She's very cute, and I do have b-roll that I will discuss further about this Nendoroid. So here we have the Strawberry Miku, I'll call her that for short, and this has to be definitely one of the most elaborate Nendoroids that I have so far in my collection. She comes with even this very adorable dish that she can be displayed with, which I really do like. She also has this gorgeous golden fork and little strawberry that she can hold in one of her hands, and also a tiny little macaron. This is just so cute. All the details are very well done. I know that with some of these Nendoroids, if they have like an official artwork, it is definitely kind of hard to fit on this scale, and I haven't compared the Nendoroid to the original design to see if there's any details missing, but even if there were, I feel like this Nendoroid looks beautiful the way she is. I feel like it would definitely be tricky to put all of those tiny little details on this Nendoroid, but I'm happy with what we have at the end of the day because she is very gorgeous and very prominent sort of Nendoroid in my collection, and definitely one of my new favorites. So the facial expressions she comes with are a open mouth happy faceplate, a smiling side-eyeing faceplate, and then this sort of chibi-ish looking tongue sticking out facial expression, which is very cute. I do like the original that she comes with the default, so that's what I'll be displaying her with, and yeah, so I'm just super duper happy with this Nendoroid overall. Very well done in terms of paint and sculpt and just design overall. I'm so happy that I have this one in my collection because I feel like she'll definitely go up in the aftermarket because she is a limited exclusive of sorts. And yeah, so I love the sweets theme, of course. And I actually did pre-order the scale, so I am quite excited for that. I know it's probably stupid to get the scale with the Nendoroid, but I love this design so much. So that overall concludes my October and November haul, and there were a lot of great figures which on second glance that I looked at I appreciate a little bit more than I did before. And obviously there was the one dud that I had, which again I was severely disappointed by, which I feel like was, you know, I should have expected that considering just the pictures of him. Yet I pre-ordered him anyway, like the clown I am, so there's that. So hopefully I can find him a new home where someone can appreciate him more than I do. And yeah, so let me know what your favorite figure was from this haul. And again, best of luck to those who enter the art raffle. And yes, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching this video, and take it easy. Goodbye!